I'm Captain Chaos, and this is a video overview of the Star Wars The Old Republic Field Guide, a product available on Android devices. This is an Android application for use with the Star Wars The Old Republic online MMO. It's designed for use while you are playing the game to give you the most important information that you need while you are in the game without having to alt-tab out and check the web on your default web browser. We have a concept built in called the best of the web, where we have gone through many of the resources on the web and we've picked the best links for you to take a quick look at. So for each one of these things that you see here, operations, flashpoints, and so forth, you're able to do a deeper dive and get just the best of the web, and you can ignore most of the fluff and the useless chaff that's out there. This is for Android version 2.2 or higher, and it works equally well on phones and tablets. Now let's have a quick demonstration of the application. First thing you'll see is operations. It has the three operations that are currently in the game. You can click on one. I'll click on Eternity Vault for now. It gives you a quick overview of the operation, how to get there from wherever you happen to be, a brief overview, and then it lists the bosses also that come with the fight. You can click on any of these bosses and you can get a much more detailed view of the fight itself, the capabilities of each boss, what to expect, and we do cover story mode and a hard mode, and some nightmare mode also. At the bottom, if the boss has an enrage timer, you can click one of these enrage timers here. To activate the enrage timer, just hit start fight at the start of the fight, and it will count down to the appropriate time. At the 2-minute mark and the 1-minute mark, you will hear an additional sound, and you'll see that the text color will change to help indicate to you that you're running out of time. Along with these normal bosses, sometimes you come across a boss that is really a puzzle. The Ancient Pylon puzzle is a perfect example of that. So while you may have to fight some mobs while you're doing it, you also have a puzzle to solve. And here we provide a puzzle solver for the fight. Just simply click on each one of these icons on the left or right, doesn't really matter. See how they keep in sync with each other. And then you just click the center part so that it accurately reflects what the puzzle looks like when you get there, and it will show you what the solution is down at the bottom. You always go from the bottom up on this particular puzzle, so the first one you're going to turn left 3 times and lock that code in. Then you would turn it left 1 time and lock that code in. And then right twice, followed by right twice again. We also cover all 17 flashpoints in the game as of the 1.2 release. The flashpoint list gives you critical information that you need for evaluating flashpoints. It shows you with these icons if it's Empire only, Republic only, or if it's open to both factions. It also gives you some guidance on appropriate level ranges for each one of these. We'll click on Hammer Station and we can dive in and we can see how to get to the flashpoint. This is one thing that always gets me. I can never remember how to get to every little flashpoint in the game, so I find this very handy. Gives you a brief overview of the fight, and then it goes through each one of the boss fights. And as always, we have the best of the web at the bottom. We also provide information on your companions. So if you click on the companions option, you select your base class to begin with. I'll select Imperial Agent. It shows all of the companions that are available to Imperial Agents. I can click on any one of them and I can see the gifts that they like, they don't like, and that sort of thing. Technically it's indifferent, likes, loves, or favorite. I can also see from a daily mission point of view how to gain affection for each one of these companions. So here I can see that if I go to the Imperial Domination Outpost for the mission Invisible Threat, which is given to me by the droid N471, I can gain as much as 30 points with Kaleo if I select option 3 and then 2 in my conversation. For Dr. Lorcan, I can get as much as 40, and as you see for Ensign Temple, as much as 110 by selecting option 1 and then option 2 in the conversation. Now some conversations have a conclusion, and the conclusion part of the conversation also has an opportunity to give you additional points. That's denoted by the slash. So here you can see for reluctant volunteers, to get 45 points with Kaleo, I would select option 3 and then 2, go off and do the mission. The slash means when I come back from the mission and do the turn-in, select option 2 to make sure that I get the most affection points possible. And we also have datacrons listed in the game. They're organized by planets or by location. So here on Alderaan, I can see that I have datacrons that are available to both Empire and Republic based on this icon here. Down at Coruscant, of course, it is Republic only. At Droman Kos, only the Imperials are able to get the datacrons there. If I click on Alderaan, you see the list expands, and I can see that I have +4 strength available, +4 aim, and so forth. I can click on any one of these and get more information on exactly how to get to this datacron to achieve it. On some of these, like Corellia, they're going to be specially coded, and you can see that they have a mix. So this particular datacron is willpower 4, and it's Empire only, whereas there's a different datacron entirely for willpower 4 for the Republic. On some places like Balmorra, the same datacron will give different benefits depending on if you are Empire or Republic, and we cover that off also, of course. In our current release of the software, on the Pro version only, you're also able to track your characters. So here I've got an empty character list. If I want to, I can add a character to it. I'll add the old captain. And the captain is an Imperial agent, and he is an operative. Press save, and you see he comes up on the list. But now that he's on the list, we can do something very important. We can click on him. We can see the usual stats, of course. We can also see a datacron summary specific to this character. Right now, he's not marked as having any datacrons, but if I click on the datacron tab, I know that I've already been to Alderaan and I've received all of these datacrons here. I've also already done all of the Balmorra datacrons. And I'll even do the Belsavis ones also. Okay, now when I click back to the summary, I can see how many datacrons I've received. So here for willpower, I have 3 out of 10 datacrons. And I have a willpower bonus of 9 points out of a total possible of 40 points. For me, cunning is very important. I can see I've only got 1 cunning datacron so far, and that gives me 2 points out of a total of 40. So I want to focus on those cunning ones. Of course, in endurance, everybody loves endurance. So this, I think, is a very powerful feature. And last but not least is the server status. This is another Pro-only feature. So you don't get it in the free version, but you do get it in the Pro version. You can click on the server status, and it will go and retrieve the status of the servers. But instead of showing you all 170 servers, which is pretty much useless for most people, you customize the list by adding the servers that you're interested in. So I play on Lord Praven, and when I add that, it'll go retrieve the information, and it shows me that Lord Praven is up. I also have a character on Anchorhead, and now whenever I come to this screen, it'll automatically look these up for me. For example, I'll back up, come back to server status, and bang, it shows me only the servers that I'm interested in. And that's what the application does for you. It's available from Google Play. If you get the free version, you do get ads with the free version. If you get the Pro version, there are no ads, plus it has the enrage timers, the server status, the ability to create your own characters and map datacrons to each one of those characters. Now, games like this change a lot, and they change rapidly. So we have a program called Friends of Chaos, where if you come to our website and register on the forums, you're able to give us some feedback, not just on bugs with the application, although we don't really have any bugs at this point, but you're able to give us feedback on things that change. You know, BioWare is always tweaking this thing. So if they've moved a datacron, or they've adjusted a stat on a datacron, or they've changed one of the flashpoints, or they've added something, you can simply report that to us on our forums, and we will incorporate that in the next release of the software. You can also get support for the application, ask questions, hold conversations at our website, which is capchaos.org. We have forums there. We have pretty much everything you need to go ahead and get started. So please feel free to come by and visit.